Hello everyone, so in this video I'm going to be doing a box opening and a review on an incubator that was sent to me. A company reached out to me, they wanted me to test this out for them, see if I liked it, do an honest review, so I'm going to be doing that. Now it's 16 eggs, so we're going to throw 16 eggs in here. We're going to see how it goes. It has an automatic turning tray, so that's good to know. Anyways, let's go ahead and open this. I already broke the seal off camera without recording. So let's go ahead and open this thing up, see what we got. Alright, so comes with a water bottle for adding humidity. Also comes with a sprayer, and I believe those are for duck eggs. Duck eggs need a little more humidity. So that's that. Comes with an AC/DC adapter, so this plugs directly into the machine. This side plugs into the wall. You can get this in 110 or 220. The 110 model comes with a 110 adapter, and the 221 comes with a 220 adapter. All right. Comes with, so this is DC, so you can plug this up to a battery. So if you have like a car battery, or a lawnmower battery, or a battery meant for like just like a solar battery, any kind of 12-volt battery, you can plug this in and it will you can run this off of battery power. Say your power goes out here, power goes out all the time, so this is actually something that might be handy. Alright, here's the top of the machine. This is what it looks like. Pretty small, wrapped in cellophane. Yeah, it's got some plastic on there. So they have a built-in light so you can candle your eggs. Looks like it has a well, we'll get into all this stuff when we power it on. Instructions and tips. So we'll go through that a little bit later. This is probably for hatching. Here's your rollers. So this is your automatic egg rollers. This is just for turning your eggs. Now the cool thing about this is you can separate these out however you want. So if you want them for quail eggs, if you want them for chicken eggs, if you want them for duck eggs, so on and so on. And we'll put them all in there and see how it goes. Now I forgot to mention, I got this, the website off of is TT Life Mall. I'll leave a link in the description where you can purchase this at. This model's about $50, so it's pretty inexpensive. We'll put it to the test and see how it goes. Now it does come in styrofoam, and I'm not sure if that's packing or if that's necessary for actually hatching. Generally, these plastic models, you're going to want to keep them in the styrofoam. Now I'll read the instructions and go through that to see, but more than likely we're going to keep this in the styrofoam to keep that temperature steady. So I'm going to set this down. I'm going to run through these instructions real quick, and then I'm going to come back and talk a little more about this. Okay, I kind of skimmed through the instructions real quick. Instructions come in English, German, Italian, and Spanish, so it's kind of nifty. This is the power for the turning trays. So we're going to set this flat part in first, and then we're going to go ahead and put these in here. Set them up how we think they should go, and then kind of go from there. I'm going to go ahead and plug this in. This is a typical little power connector. So this is for your motor, and then that plugs into your power adapter up here. So we'll go ahead and set this down right here. We're going to go ahead and set this up and plug it in. Okay, so we have a spot right over here next to all our eggs, and we'll just do it over here since I got power right down here. This cord is kind of short, just to give you a heads up. It's only about 5-6 feet long. It is in Celsius, and the Celsius temp we're looking for is about 37.5 to 37.8 to get to 100. All right, so I went ahead and let this thing sit up for about 20-30 minutes. Looks like it got up to temp. Now, a couple things. We're gonna leave the styrofoam on. It looks like it needs to stay on. The book doesn't really state it, but it doesn't not state it. Also, we're going to go ahead and go with all the factory defaults. So for instance, it's set up to 38 degrees Celsius, which is 100.5 degrees, which is where you should be for eggs. And we're going to let the turner do its thing. I think it's set up on 90-minute intervals, so that's like 16 turns in a day, which I think is a little bit high, but it's probably not that bad. So we're going to go ahead and just leave it out on all the factory defaults, and we're going to test it out that way. All right, now the cool thing about this thing is I dug through all the instructions and checked some things out. There's a few things that you need to know, like a manual turn to verify that it works. Just press the positive and negative, and you see the turning light icon comes on. Now when you look at these rollers, it doesn't look like they're turning because they turn slow. It takes 200 seconds for this thing to do a full revolution. So it's a very slow and gradual turn. Now, I don't know if we could turn the turner off. Yes. So if you press the positive and negative again, it'll turn the turner off. Okay. So right now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab a bunch of eggs that are fresh. All right, so you can see it's all filled up. 16 eggs is pretty much what it takes for chickens. And that's going to go off for however long it goes off. I think it has a range, and once it gets in that range, it will turn off. Now, I'll wait for this to finish, and then I'll come back. Okay, it's day 10, so we're going to do our first candling, or pretty much our only candling. This thing hasn't, it's been holding temps pretty well. It hasn't beeped or anything like that, so I'm kind of curious what's going to happen here. Let's go ahead and get these eggs out, and I'm gonna use this to candle them since it's here. I'm gonna shut off all the lights, or at least most of the lights, and we'll see if we can actually see a pretty good candling. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and take this off. And then I will leave it like that. And it's gonna start beeping here, but that's okay. I'm gonna turn off the lights. And let's see if you guys can see that. So it's looking pretty good. You got the air sac down there. So that's a pretty good one. These darker ones are kind of hard to see unless I turn off all the lights, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. You can see it down there. It's there. So as long as you see that line, you're pretty good to go. These darker eggs are they're just hard to see, and that's just how it is because pigment. That one looks pretty blank. Let me see if I can make this easier for you guys. Okay, so I'm gonna grab my phone and I'm gonna show you guys what it should look like. So you see those veins popping out and that clear line? That's what an egg should look like when it's at around day 10. Pretty good. Now, let's look at this one. And well, it's hard to tell, but it looks like there's something in there. It's not very clear. These are darker eggs, like I said, they're much harder to see, so I'm not going to toss that one out yet. These lighter eggs, much easier to see, much better. Let's try this again. This light works pretty good, but it's just not. It's kind of far away. Phones work pretty well. Yeah, phones work pretty well here, so it's a really good line right there. There, that's what you're looking for. Nice solid line, and you can see some veins. I'm just gonna use my phone for the rest of this because it's pretty hard to see that far away. And again, these are all from our farm. Okay, it didn't beep, which is good. I think there is a button you can press. It's up or down, I believe. So I'm gonna turn the light off, and then we're gonna let this get back up to temperatures. So far I'm pretty impressed. I mean, this little thing, it's a very cheap incubator, which is, by cheap I mean price, not necessarily quality. It is a styrofoam incubator, so you need the styrofoam to keep it insulated, which is, it's fine. It doesn't look bad at all. You know, it's a white little box. And you know, this is something you're going to want to save the box to put it back in when you're done and reuse it. I did attempt to take off the styrofoam because I didn't know if you absolutely needed it, because you know, the pictures, the instructions aren't very clear, and the pictures they show it not in a styrofoam box, but there's no way to really take that up without, because this is on the bottom. So no real way. So far we're keeping it at around 38 Celsius, I believe, which is around 100. It's 100.4, 100.5, somewhere around there. 38.1 is what we're shooting for. Now here in Tennessee, we dry hatch everything because the humidity is already pretty high, and keeping a constant, checking the humidity constantly is very demanding job to constantly check and check and check and check and check. Plus you can over humidify your eggs, meaning that they'll develop a lot of water on the inside, which will not let the chick hatch or develop properly. Okay, so it's day 18. We're gonna go ahead and open this up, remove the turners, and then I went ahead and bought one of these humidity sensor hydrometers, and it's got a little sensor on here, so we're going to try to put this down in here. The reason I need one of these is because with a sensor on it is because this is white and you can't see through it. So we'll just move the eggs out of the way, and these lift right out. This is going to beep, but you can turn that beep off by just clicking on the plus, or the minus, I'm sorry. Alright, so we'll put the top back on. I'm going to unplug this, have that fan stop. Alright, fan is stopped. Okay. And then there it is. So I'm going to have this dangle right about there. plug this back in. And then we'll set this up right here. I'm using the water bottle that came with it. It's pretty good, actually, it doesn't leak, which is nice. And I'll show you guys how to put the water in. There's 2 holes here. And just spray some water. I'm gonna put them in both holes. Then I'll monitor the sensor. It's kind of hard to show up on camera, but it's at 54% right now and 59%. We like to have 60 to 70% humidity for the first, or for the entire 3 days. Okay, humidity is at 71%. It's today's day 18. We won't open this until day 21. They call it lockdown because you're not supposed to open it from day 18 to day 21 because you'll mess with the humidity. If you have a humidity drop, a sudden humidity drop, you can shrink wrap the eggs and it causes a bunch of problems. So the best thing to do is just not open it until day 21. Open it at day 21, remove the chicks, and then if you want to keep the other eggs going for a little bit, you can. I recommend not. Generally, chicks that hatch after day 21 are going to end up dying off anyways because they're too weak. Alright, well, we'll see you guys in a couple days and we'll see how many we hatch. So cross our fingers. I'm hoping for a full batch. That would be awesome, but I'd be happy to get 10. Okay, so it's day 21 and we're going to go ahead and open this up and see how many chicks hatched. Hoping for 16. I doubt that's the case, but you know, could be. Humidity still good. It's at 79%. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And there we go. We got 11 little chickens out of 16. I'm pretty happy with that rate. So I'm gonna go ahead and put these guys out in the brooder. We already have some other chicks out there, and we'll integrate them out there. All right. Well, here you see what we got. 11 little guys. Most of these are olive eggers, green eggs, you know, and then some of them are marins. Like this little guy's a marin. He's got some featheries on his feet. Some of them are marin mixes. This is just kind of like a barnyard mix, just to kind of see what we can do. So I'm gonna go ahead and toss these guys directly into the under the heat lamp. All right, so day 21, this is exactly day 21 too. We did exactly to the hour, you know, day 18 and then 72 hours later, day 21. So we got 11 out of 16. I'm pretty happy with that number. I think it's pretty not fantastic, but it's pretty good. This incubator, I think it's pretty good. It's very cheap. I think it was like $50, something along those lines. And it holds 16 eggs, and you can get big eggs in there, you can get small eggs, you can get whatever you want, but it holds 16 normal chicken size eggs. And for the price, I mean, you can't beat that. So I wanted to show you guys how to hook up a battery, a 12-volt battery to this. So if you don't know this, this isn't, these little blocks that are on your laptops and and things like this is a AC to DC converter. So this is the AC part, and then DC comes out over here. So pretty much this thing only runs off 12 volts, which is a typical battery. I got this battery at Walmart. I don't remember how much I paid for it, probably 50 or 60 bucks, but it's basically a lawnmower battery. I'm gonna show you guys how to do this. Also, note up here, this is just the hydrometer. I just wrapped it up. I'm gonna leave it in here. It's gonna stay here for now on because I find it necessary when you're doing the lockdown stage. Okay, so this is pretty simple. All right, so you're gonna want to plug in the alligator clip sides first. Okay, the reason you do that is because you'll get a spark if you don't. Red is positive, black is negative. All right, and then you just plug this in. Yeah, this battery would last the entire 18 days and still have a little left over. It should. If you had 2 batteries, you definitely wouldn't have a problem at all. I like it. I'm going to put a link in the description. I'm going to try to get a discount code. This was sent to me from the manufacturer to do a review, and this is an honest review. I didn't pad the stats or anything like that. I didn't grab some chicks from somewhere else and put them in here. What hatched is what hatched. And all those chicks are still alive, and actually it's pretty good because I haven't lost a single chick from I had 3 different batches going. I had one in the GQF, one in this one, and one in my other incubator. And the reason I did that is I was doing tests on other things just for myself, just so I can know certain things. And not one of those chicks has died, which is kind of surprising because usually you'll find a dead chicken here and there, or a dead chick here and there. It happens. But I haven't had any, so I'm pretty happy about that. Anyways, if you guys like these types of videos, we do a lot of hatching on our farm. We hatch out chickens. What our farm is I say farm, but more or less a hobby farm or a homestead. It's nothing major. We have several hundred chickens. We got some goats, rabbits, pigs, turkeys, ducks, things, guineas, things along those lines. Mainly poultry, and we sell poultry. We raise our own meat, and we sell live chickens. Laying chickens, juveniles, hatching eggs, and chicks sometimes. So that's what we do on this farm, and I try to post videos related to that. So sometimes it's a video about a pig fence, sometimes it's a hatching video, sometimes I do a tool review because I like tools and I use them all the time, so why not make a video on it? Help somebody out if they don't know how to turn something on, or unboxing videos, things along those lines. Anyways, if you like those types of videos, hit the subscribe button. Try to put out a couple videos a week, and hit that like button. It really helps out. Okay, so the 11 that we hatched out are somewhere in there. This is a little small temporary brooder until maybe in about another 10 days at most, and then they'll end up going in a bigger brooder like that over there. So just to give you guys a heads up, so the 11 of the 16 have all survived because I haven't had any losses in here yet. So this is what we're looking like under here. Bunch of little chickens, all huddled up, under heat. No one dead over there. But they're all in here, they're all good, so far. I'm digging that incubator.